Why doesn't Hollywood make original movies? Alright, bet! Here are my top 10 favorite original movies of 2025. And the year isn't even half done. In 10th place is Fight or Flight. In a lot of ways, this movie feels like a toned-down version of Bullet Train. It's about a hitman who gets hired to escort a target alive on a plane filled with assassins sent to kill both of them. I intended to just leave this one on in the background, but the movie is so engaging that it doesn't let you do that. I just had to watch. The opening shot is one of the best shots of the year. It feels like the sort of thing you'd see in a Deadpool title sequence. And there's this sequence right near the end where the main character thinks he's taken a shot of adrenaline, but he accidentally took a shot of a hallucinogen, and it's so visually inventive. It's great. In 9th place is Companion. It's a thriller about a girl who goes on a cabin retreat with her boyfriend, only to find out that she is secretly his love bot. It's filled with these really cool twists and turns and does such a good job with its themes of how we use each other and objectify each other. It's a rom-com slasher about two coworkers who get mistaken for a couple on Valentine's night by the infamous Hard Eyes Killer. I watched it in a crowded theater, and I was just laughing out loud and having a great time the entire time. In 7th place is Sinners. It's a Southern Gothic action musical about a black community in Reconstructionist Mississippi who open up their own blues club, but the blues are far too powerful, and they bring in a great evil, and they have to defend their community from vampires. It is so thematically dense. I feel like I could genuinely watch nothing but different analyses of Sinners for the rest of the year and barely run out of videos to watch. There's this one shot of the blues unbound by time that, genuinely might be the best shot of the year. It is so impressive and so surrealist. It's so cool. If you want something original in the sense of I've never seen anything like that before, I recommend number 6, Love Me. It's a post-apocalyptic rom-com. After the death of humanity, a buoy named Me falls in love with a satellite named I Am. The buoy has to pretend to be human, but the problem is, neither of them have ever interacted with a human. And the only thing they know about humanity is what we've uploaded to the internet about ourselves. And so they're acting like a couples vlogger, because that's the only reference point they have for what romance is. They even have an ad read in their date because they don't know how ad reads work and they don't understand how vlogging works. They have to learn the hard way that social media is fake, and their relationship falls apart because of the fakeness involved, and then they have to rebuild their relationship and find something real to build it on. It's beautiful. It's a really interesting deep dive into social media and simulacrum theory, and it's experimental as all get out. I mean, it's live action, animation, mocap, and puppetry all in one movie. And because they've been modeling their relationship after this couples vlogger, they've been creating avatars of themselves that are based on Kristen Stewart and Steven Yeun, who play the couples vloggers. And so Kristen Stewart and Steven Yeun get to play animated versions of themselves and live action versions of themselves. And right near the end, their avatars, their animated versions, become live action as their relationship finally changes from fake to real. It's so good. In 5th place is The Devil and the Daylong Brothers. Like Sinners, this is also a Southern Gothic action musical. But unlike Sinners, this one is about the devil's bounty hunters, who've just finished their last job and can finally start the road to redemption, only to get stood up by the devil's legal representative. Now they team up with a prostitute to go track down the devil's advocate. Look, this year has a lot of weird musicals. I'm preparing a whole video about that at the end of the year. The camera work is inventive, the dialogue is fun, the acting is really solid, and the musical numbers are all really catchy. In 4th place is Presence. It's a haunted house movie filmed from the ghost's POV. It was marketed as a horror film, but it's really more of an experimental art film, a drama at most, because it's using the POV to ask you questions about your assumptions. There's no score for most of the film, so you don't really get a feeling for what the ghost feels, and the ghost's actions are just vague enough that you have to assume, is the ghost malevolent or friendly? And because we are the ghost, it's posing really interesting questions of what do you assume about yourself? And because we're in this whole different perspective in the dynamic of grief, it gets to create such interesting questions about grief. In third place is Novocaine. It's a Taken clone about a man who can't feel pain. And they take advantage of that premise so well that it basically becomes a black comedy. In second place is Ash. It's about the lone survivor of a space colony who, having lost her memory, has no idea if she can trust the man sent to rescue her. But frankly, the plot just is not the point. Ash is a beautiful wheel of color where I kept wondering, physically, how do you create that lighting? That's incredible. And there are so many shots that just look so cool, including this brutal POV fight scene. Speaking of brutal fight scenes, in first place is Love Hurts. It's a kung fu comedy about a retired assassin who gets brought back into the field when his cover is blown. It's the fourth movie this year with that plot. What makes Love Hurts so special is the kung fu and the comedy. The main character is done killing people. He's retired like 5 years ago, and he just wants to be a real estate agent. And he is so happy being a real estate agent. It's delightful. And each of the other assassins is given a clear gimmick that doesn't just define them, it creates a lot of comedy moments for the characters. Like when the Raven, an assassin who's obsessed with writing poetry, finds an emo girl who loves poetry and falls in love. And the camera work interacts with the action so clearly. The entire movie is just so fun. Follow me on YouTube and Blue Sky at Movies and Heists for more movie love. You can get these videos a week early and help fund my movie at patreon.com/moviesandheists. Special thanks to these patrons for helping to fund my movie.